Okay, so I am over here in the very lovely and beautiful Cala Millor today, and in this video we're going to take a walk through the resort. We're going to see what's open, we're going to see how busy it is and what the atmosphere is like, but most importantly we're going to get an update from the building site over at the brand new Don Juan Hotel right in the centre of the resort. But in the meantime, let's turn the camera around, let's check out what Cala Millor is like today. So we're starting this video right outside the Cala Millor Hotel. I've just left Cala Bona and I've actually just filmed an update from over there. If you want to see what Cala Bona is like today as well, now I'm filming this at the beginning of May, check out the link in the description text below. But as we leave Cala Bona, we're going to slowly make our way over to Cala Millor. Look, all the restaurants now have been set up for summer. Admittedly, there were quite a few that were open over the winter months down here, particularly on this side of Cala Millor. You always find the Indian restaurants open, which is absolutely fantastic. So weather-wise, you may well have seen in my video from over in Cala Bona, we've got a little bit of a mixed bag today. We were promised clear and broken sunshine, got a little bit of clouds, it's a little bit breezy. We've got highs today of 23 degrees. I'm just taking a look out over towards the jetty. Now this water is looking a little bit choppy today, and I have to admit that I have not seen any boats going out, any of the cruise boats going out today. When it does get windy and choppy, they will not run them. So before you get your ticket, maybe check on weather conditions. I'm sure though, if the boat is unable to run, you can just book on for the next day. But like I said, got a bit of a mixed bag weather-wise this May, which is perfectly normal weather for over here in Mallorca at this time of year. So I can see a little board up here advertising some of the boat trips. I'll drop a link as well to a suggested boat trip, a recommended boat trip in the description text below this video. So make sure you go ahead and check that out and support the channel if you do book your boat trip through that link. It'll be done at no extra cost. They will receive a teeny tiny commission. Anyway, big news from over here in Cala Millor. If you watched my last video from over here, of course I was down here over the winter before the summer season started. We saw that the little beach over here was full of seaweed. Has it been cleared? Yes, it has partially. Half of it is still a little bit seaweedy. Maybe that's to actually protect the wall here. You can see a little bit of coastal erosion. But they have cleaned the majority of the seaweed away, which is also absolutely fantastic to see. Just looking up to my right hand side here, I can see the coconut shack is open. It's a beach club. I've never noticed that before actually. Is it new for 2025? It could well be the case. But let's start walking down into Cala Millor now. I'm a little bit disappointed with the weather today. I was hoping to bring you some turquoise blue seas and some clear blue skies. If you want to know what it's like over here on a sunny day, then make sure you check out my videos from last summer. And like I said, I'll drop a few links in the description text below. But my goodness me, it's looking lively over here in Cala Millor this afternoon. I can hear music. We've got the restaurants and the cafes looking very, very busy. And this looks like a very busy start to the summer 2025 season. So make sure as well, if you are coming down here this summer, be careful crossing this bike path. It does get very, very busy with bicycle rentals and safari bike rentals. But using the bike paths down here is an amazing way to see the resorts over here, not just Cala Millor, but heading up towards Cala Bona, Cilio and Socoma. Look at this, we've got a jazz musician out today. How lovely. Love a nice bit of Sunday afternoon, chilled out beach music. And so heading off to my right hand side, we can see the beginnings of Cala Millor shopping centre. Got a great shopping centre over on this side of the island. We're going to head on straight down the beachfront here. Let's head on down the waterfront, go in the direction of the Hipotels Don Juan hotel. We're going to see what that's like. So as we can see, we've got all the beach beds and sun umbrellas up, and just like over in Cala Bona, 14 euros is going to get you 2 sunbeds and a beach umbrella. The price hasn't changed now for a couple of years. I don't know when that contract is going to be up for renewal, but it's not this year, which is which is really good. And like I said, this offers some amazing value, especially when in comparison to the southwest of the islands. So just looking at the wall over here in Cala Millor, you may remember from my last video over here that there's a big section painted a very bright and ugly green. It was supposed to represent a no smoking area. Has it been painted over? I mean, it certainly looks like it actually. I can see some new beige paint has been painted over here. I think so many people kicked up a fuss about it. They've returned it to its nice beige sandy colour. Because don't forget, these walls provide a really good respite for anyone walking to and from the resorts actually, all the way along this coastline. And really it doesn't make too much sense having a no smoking wall over here in Cala Millor. So I guess that was a decision changed. Now I'm just looking to my right hand side, a block away from the beach here you're going to find the shopping centre. We're not going to walk down there just yet. Let's take a quick look a little bit further along. So I can just see a mobility scooter here, and this brings us down to the very first accessibility area on the beach over here in Cala Millor. I'm very pleased to say they've got this matting out. It isn't all decking heading on down towards the beach. So that's just for a little bit of information if you're coming over, and I can see that they've already set up some accessible friendly sunbeds and beach umbrellas too. So that's really, really good news. Anyway, let's keep walking along. So we're just coming up towards is this the Sabina Hotel? And we can see cranes in the distance, which means that we're almost arriving over towards the Don Juan Hotel. So let's take a look at their website and see when this hotel is going to be open and when you can book your stay here. And we can see it's due to open on the 11th of July this year. But is it going to be ready? Let's take a look down the side and let me know what you think. So as I said about my Cala Bona video, I am going to be back here during the day because I'm filming this on a Sunday. It's very, very quiet. There are no works taking place. But I can imagine this will be quite noisy and disruptive for anyone over here on holiday staying in any of these nearby hotels. If you do have a hotel booked over here in Cala Millor, check on Google Maps where the location is and also where the location is in relation to the Don Juan Hotel, because my goodness me, it's nowhere near finished. We've got a lot of work to do. I'll be very, very surprised if we see this finished in 2025. Look at this, wow. Absolutely incredible. But very, very important actually, if you are investing in your holiday, and I do call a holiday an investment. If you are investing money into a summer holiday over here in Mallorca, just check where you're staying in relation to works taking place here. Goodness gracious me, look at this. And let's just pop the camera over the top of the fence here, let's see if we can see anything more. Let's take a walk round. Let's go and take a look at this at another angle. Let's head on back down towards the seafront. Oh, look at this, look. Got big gaping open holes here. On the side of the building works, it's nowhere near ready. It's nowhere near ready at all. And the building works around the front of the Don Juan don't look much better either. They don't look any more completed than we can see down the side. I'm delighted to see this cloud is quickly clearing away. Got lovely sunshine now coming out. Let's head on down the side here. You can see all that cloud has moved inland. This is what they say actually about changing weather over here. Bear in mind, if you get a little bit of cloud, it soon changes. If you get a shower, it soon changes very quickly. But goodness me, let's have a look. Look at the works from this angle here. So you can see just how much needs to be done, and bear in mind if you book these first days at the Don Juan, it may not be open and there is a chance they will have to put you in another hotel in the resort, but let's see, with all hands on deck it could be ready. But anyway, let's head on down around the back of the resort. I have to head to my live stream over in Tacoma. We're going to take a walk back to the car, so let's walk down the centre of the resort. Let's see what it's like today. Now last time I was down here we did see a lot of Cala Millor Centre open. Let's just have a quick look to our left. And also a quick look to our right, look, got shops open all the way down here. And as you may remember, this whole area was redeveloped just a couple of summers ago, and all the shops do stay open over here on a Sunday too, which is absolutely fantastic. Never used to be the case in Mallorca, but with this being a really key holiday resort, absolutely everything is open. So we're going to keep going back in the direction of Cala Bona, and I'm only showing you pretty much half the high street here, half the shopping centre. It does extend a lot further down into Cala Millor, but like I said, I will be back to check out the rest of the resort very soon actually, because as I do appreciate, many of you are already coming over here to Cala Millor and Cala Bona and to the yacht and Sakoma, and you want to get as much information about your holiday as possible. But time is not on my side, so let's keep walking through. Oh, this really does look absolutely lovely down here. It looks like they've even done some of the buildings up around here too. Just coming up past is this the Amarak Suites? This looks lovely. Lots and lots of accommodation over here, but just going back to the Don Juan hotel, make sure you check with your tour operator actually if you are staying in any of the hotels around here, whether those works are going to affect your stay. It's a little bit hard to tell if they will do on the Sunday, as I've said, but make sure you double check with your hotel and with your tour operator as well. If your hotel lies in the vicinity of that huge building site, and what a shame they couldn't have got that done over the winter. So you can see that we're coming to the end here of the main high street. We've got the huge Lobster here, right on top of the Waikiki restaurant and bar and cocktail bar. This hasn't actually opened for the summer, not that I can see. Hopefully that'll be open in a few weeks' time. Quite surprised actually, because it looks like pretty much everything else is open over here. Lots of little restaurants and cafes out in this square area. Some amazing smelling food actually, it's making me feel very hungry. Let's head on around the back and back towards the beach. Now with the sun coming out, it's going to look a lot nicer than at the start of this video, and we'll see. You'll get a proper look at the turquoise, lovely blue seas of Cala Millor. So keep watching till the end of this video. You can also see as well just how shady it is over here. They've got lots of trees planted, lots of cafes as well. So if you want an escape from the beach, you don't need to sit on the seafront cafes. You can get a little bit of shade, a little bit of cool down here, right behind Mango Kids and Alley Hop on this side of Cala Millor. Just see the Alley Hop shop to my left hand side. And check out the colour of the water. Oh my goodness me, what a difference to earlier on in this video. This is why when I say watch to the end, it's definitely worth sticking around. When they come up the side here and come up the front, but on a sunny day, Cala Millor is transformed into, it looks like a tropical paradise. Just 2 hours from the UK, probably a little bit less from Germany and from many of the other countries in Europe. And look, just to give you a little bit of a better idea of what this beach looks like, the little beach, not the main beach. Fantastic to see that it's been semi-cleared at least. Also, fun fact as well, if you're new to the channel, all the seaweed, the black stuff that we see here, this really keeps the water nice and clean, and this is why we've got turquoise seas like this over here in Cala Millor. We need this Posidonia seaweed to keep the seas clean. Anyway, let's keep walking around for some final views of Cala Millor today. And as we come up the side here of Cala Millor Beach, check it out. Look, it's drifting back into the shade again, but this is just an idea of how lovely Cala Millor is right at the beginning of the season. And as we come up towards the jetty here, I can just see in the distance, I can see we've got a couple of day trip cruises coming in. I was mistaken at the beginning of this video. I thought they wouldn't be running. But look, we've got 2 arriving in today. We've got the Moonfish, and we've also got the glass bottom catamaran too. Okay, so that's just a very quick look at Cala Millor today. I'm just amazed by the building works actually taking place over at the Don Juan, but I'll keep following that development as well, and I'm sure when it's finished it's going to look absolutely amazing. Anyway, I shall be dropping a couple of videos appearing both here and here on YouTube from content in this area as well, and always don't forget to check the description text below. I also put some other relevant and useful links too. You can also find me in the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.